Welcome, friends, to another episode of Match with Filipinas. Whether you're tuning in from across the world or right here in the Philippines, I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're taking a closer look at a special place that's capturing the hearts of many, Valencia, Negros Oriental. This quiet mountain town offers a refreshing alternative to city life, with cooler air, friendly locals, and a lifestyle that feels like a warm embrace. Whether you're dreaming of love, adventure, or simply a peaceful place to call home, this episode will give you a genuine feel for what Valencia has to offer. So settle in, relax, and let's explore it together. There's a little town tucked away in the cool, green hills of Negros Oriental, about 15 minutes from the coastal city of Dumaguete. It's called Valencia. Most travelers who visit Dumaguete pass right by it without a second glance. But those who take the time to venture uphill soon discover something that feels almost hidden, an authentic Filipino town with a slower rhythm, cooler air, and a surprising number of foreigners quietly carving out a life. Valencia isn't trying to impress anyone. That's what makes it so charming. Unlike the cities that pulse with jeepneys, karaoke bars, and neon signage, Valencia is subdued. The first thing you notice is the air, noticeably fresher, cooler, less humid. That's because Valencia sits at around 200 meters above sea level. It may not sound like much, but that slight elevation makes a big difference in the tropical heat. For expats, especially those used to colder climates, that bit of mountain air is more than just a comfort. It's a game changer. Most mornings in Valencia begin slowly. You'll see older expats sipping coffee on their porches, their routines wrapped in the simplicity of provincial life. Many of them once thought they'd settle in Dumaguete, which is still the go-to hub for most foreigners in the region. Dumaguete has a university, hospitals, ferry terminals, and an airport. It's got malls, nightlife, and more options. But with all that comes the typical noise and congestion of any small city. And while it's certainly livable, it doesn't take long before you realize Dumaguete has grown up around you, and not always in the best ways. Valencia offers an alternative. And it's not just about escaping the traffic or the karaoke at 3 a.m. It's about finding space to breathe. Walk through the center of town and you'll notice how green everything feels. There are plants for sale near the plaza, not just decorative ones, but herbs and vegetables. The plaza itself is more than just a park. It's a gathering space. In the mornings, you'll find joggers and walkers. In the afternoons, kids playing basketball. And on Sundays, while Sundays are sacred in the Philippines, it's family day. The whole town seems to turn up after church, dressed casually, but neatly. Families buy food, relax in the shade, and let the hours pass without urgency. There's no night market in Valencia like you might find in other towns. Instead, the Sunday market takes place during the day, a bustling affair where you can find everything from fresh vegetables to live chickens. And yes, even rabbits, though it's not always clear whether they're meant to be pets or dinner. That's the thing about the local culture here. It's unfiltered. If you want a sterilized version of the Philippines, Valencia isn't it. But if you want real, this is the place. Let's talk about the market experience. It's what locals call a wet market. That means the floors are literally wet from melting ice, fresh fish deliveries, and people cleaning up. Meat hangs unrefrigerated. And while that might scare off a Westerner used to stainless steel and glass doors, the locals don't seem to mind. In fact, it's where most people do their daily shopping. Prices are low, food is fresh, and you get to interact with real people who aren't trying to sell you a tour package. One thing foreigners have to adjust to is how water is sold. You'll see little plastic bags tied at the top, each for just 1 peso. Bite the corner, drink it down. It's a far cry from the filtered systems and sparkling water aisles back home, but it's part of the charm and the practicality of life here. You won't find taxis in Valencia. Instead, you hop on a trike or what some call a petty cab. They're affordable, usually around 20 to 30 pesos per ride, and they get the job done. There's even a Korean-run convenience store called Seven Monkeys, which feels like a quirky cultural crossover. And yes, Valencia has a cooperative bank. But don't expect to pull out your Visa card. Most ATMs here don't support international cards. Your best bet? A hotel in town that has a working ATM for foreigners. It's those little details that matter when you're trying to live abroad. What really sets Valencia apart is its natural beauty. Just a few minutes outside the center, you're into the hills. Waterfalls, hot springs, dense green forests, it's all here. There's a place called Forest Camp, a local favorite where you can swim in fresh mountain pools, cross a hanging bridge, and eat traditional Filipino food. That includes sea, which is made from the face of a pig. It's an acquired taste, usually enjoyed with a cold beer and a group of friends. Even the food scene has its surprises. There's a small but growing number of international eateries, a German sausage place, a Mexican restaurant with solid tacos, and a plaza cafe where you can order a Spanish omelet while watching locals stroll by. Some expats have even started their own businesses. Jonathan and David from England now sell homemade pickles and jams. It's not easy. The FDA process is slow, and sanitation standards need to be documented. But it's possible. You'll meet all types here. Tim, an expat who's been in Valencia for 2 years, loves the cooler weather and the slower pace. He's made friends with both locals and other foreigners. Then there's Amir from Iran. He's been here 20 years. He talks about how different life is in Valencia compared to the chaos of bigger cities. Here, people smile more. Things move slowly, and that's exactly how he likes it. Dating in Valencia follows the same relaxed pace. Many foreigners come here looking for a partner and find that local women are generally kind, loyal, and family-oriented. But you've got to understand the culture. Don't rush things. Filipinas often live with extended family and have deep connections to tradition. Meeting the parents isn't just a milestone, it's an invitation into their entire world. Respect is everything. A common mistake foreigners make is comparing everything to back home. They complain about the infrastructure, the lack of air conditioning, or the slow service in restaurants. But if you can let go of that mindset, you start to see the beauty in simplicity. The neighbor who brings you mangoes just because. The kids who wave as you drive by. The woman at the market who remembers your favorite kind of fish. Cost of living is another big draw. Rent in Valencia can be incredibly affordable, especially if you're okay with a basic Filipino-style house. Even a more Western-style home with 2 bedrooms, hot water, and decent internet might only run you $300 to $500 per month. Utilities are low, food is cheap, and you don't need a car unless you really want one. A scooter is enough, and it gives you freedom to explore. Healthcare? Most people go to Dumaguete for hospitals. It's not world-class, but for most basic needs, it's adequate. And if something serious comes up, Cebu is just a ferry ride away, or Manila by plane. The internet in Valencia is surprisingly good. Hotels like DCC offer speeds over 200 megabits per second, plenty for Zoom calls, streaming, or running an online business. Some expats work remotely, using eSIM services like Ali to stay connected as they travel across Asia. But Valencia isn't for everyone. If you need a bustling nightlife, a big dating scene, or endless entertainment options, you might get bored. If you crave anonymity or need constant stimulation, you'll feel the walls closing in. But if you're looking for peace, connection, and a better quality of life, Valencia delivers. Living in Valencia teaches you patience. It teaches you to slow down, to value conversation over convenience, to trade noise for nature, and maybe, just maybe, to discover a version of yourself that you lost in the rush of Western life. So if you're thinking about making a change, about trading your high-stress job for something simpler, about finding a partner who values family and kindness, about waking up to birdsong instead of traffic, give Valencia a look. Stay for a week. Talk to the locals. Explore the market. Eat a Spanish omelet in the plaza. You might find more than a place to live. You might find a reason to stay. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, exploring Valencia and all the beauty it holds. I hope this episode gave you a little inspiration and insight into life beyond the busy city, a place where love, culture, and simplicity come together. Remember, wherever your journey takes you, there's a community waiting to welcome you with open arms. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep your heart open. Take care, my friends.